Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu wa-salam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Dear brothers and sisters, wanted to make a quick video in regards to the importance of Dawah. Now, this is not something you can actually make a quick video in regards of, because the Dawah is so important and it's so wide that, you know, it takes up a lot of time to try to explain. Okay? But the most obvious point is that if Muslims don't make an effort to do the dawah, then you can't expect the non-Muslims to do that for you. Okay? They're too busy creating misconceptions about the deen. Okay? And we can't rely on horrific events that have occurred in the past, like 9/11, to promote the awareness of Islam, because obviously once that had happened and all these labels had been put onto Muslims, people started looking into what is this Islam about, you know, and started reading themselves. Now, here's what's going to happen when people get the incentive to read and to really kind of dig in and find out what's going on here, and they're under the misconception that, you know, that this is a military kind of organization that's been put together, and what's going on here, and, you know, they look into it. Let me tell you something. Even people, when they study their priesthood, right, they have to learn somewhat some amount of Islam to kind of qualify in their priesthood. Yeah, so I've been told. And what happens is, when they're studying, even if it's from a non-Muslim, they're studying Islam, because the truth is the truth, the haqq is the haqq. You can't, you know, even if you like put it in a bad way, which obviously this is not something that's kind of encouraged to do, and we should always convey the message in the most beautifulest of manners, like our beautiful beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even if it's put in a way, still the truth will kind of shine through, right? Like a diamond in dirt. Okay, it will still sparkle through. And what you'll find a lot of these inspirational stories of people, these reverts that have come to the deen, and they was once priests, and they learned briefly about Islam, and they came to the deen. So what I was going to say was, like, we can't really rely on that to happen. I mean, obviously it's beautiful when it does, but we need to be making the effort to go out there and give the dawah. Okay, if you want to spread this beautiful religion, this beautiful deen, this way of life, if you want to spread the truth, then you have to start by taking the initiative and plucking up the courage to going out there and speaking to the people. Now, I know when people say to give dawah, there's a lot of fear factors that come in. Oh, what if someone asks me a question I don't know the answer to? I'm not a sheikh, I'm not a mufti, I don't know everything. I want to tell you something, yeah? I don't know a single person, I've never met a single person that knew the answers to every single question. Okay? We are born, we learn, and everyone starts somewhere. So even if, I mean, you can apply this to life. Yeah, even if you start a job and you think, oh, I'm so bad at this, or you start a course and you think, oh man, I'm just, you know, I'm terrible at this, you know, oh, I wish I was like that person, this, that, and the other. Well, everyone starts from somewhere. Okay, so you don't even need to think like that. If you've got that type of mind frame, you need to change that. Okay, you have to be more positive than that, because that is a negative outlook on life, and that is going to kind of keep you down, keep you, like, you know, suppressed. You don't want to be, you need to grow. You need to be able to adapt and be able to take in things. And this is the dawah. When you give dawah, when you first start, the hardest thing to do anything, when doing anything, is to start something. Okay, once it's started, you will build up a kind of a rhythm, a flow, maybe like a, I don't want to say sales pitch, but, you know, you have your own way of kind of speaking to people and stuff, and it may differ, different type of styles to different type of people depending on their type of background. Okay, but if someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer to the question, I want you to do two things. Okay, first of all, I want you to compliment them on that question, because if you don't know, that means, you know, this is something that this is a weakness that that you need to explore, okay? And then you need to gain that knowledge, right? If not for their question, for your own sake, okay? So if it's a good question, and it's a relative question, relevant question, then you should say thank you for your question. That's a very, very good question. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer, but what I'll do is I'll get back to you. Okay, now this shows a few things, yeah? First of all, it shows that you're a very nice person, very decent, you're good at what you do, and the fact that you've kind of admitted that you don't know, but you will make up for it, you'll fulfill that gap, you won't just leave them hanging. This is something you can't ask for more. Okay, so get some type of form of contact, get a telephone number, email address, house address, somewhere where you might meet or you come across again, and let them know. And once you have that information, what's going to happen? Well, you'll have the reference to it, so you can go back to it later on if you need it again. If not, then next time someone asks you a question, you're going to face the same thing, right? So, and after a while it becomes like muscle memory anyway. You know, the usual questions like, is God everywhere? Why do women have to cover their heads? Why do Muslim men grow beards? These type of questions, they come up quite a lot when giving dawah. So once you have it, once you got it, it's with you for life. Okay? So I don't want you to fear when giving dawah. I want you to start giving dawah. And what I want you to do is practice. You know, try to kind of anticipate what someone's going to ask. Practice with a friend. You know, practice with a Muslim. It doesn't matter. Just anticipate what someone may ask you. What's the most common questions? What do you think these misconceptions are? Why is your religion a terrorist organization? Why do these people kill innocent people? Was Islam spread by the sword? All these type of questions I want you to address. Yeah? Now I'm just outside the Palestine meeting. SubhanAllah. It's busy. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.